Hello, 1080s, 970s, Radeons, and Voodoo 2s. Welcome to episode 73 of The Fallout Feed. This is your host for this evening, Pat. I'm joined by Andrew. Andrew, how are we doing?
Evening, Patrick. How are you, sir?
I am terrific. Thanks so much. It's a little bit of a skeleton crew here. Denny and Kara both have other obligations tonight, unfortunately. So you guys are going to have to put up with Andrew and me. But I think we got a few things, good things queued up for you that we'll got a few things to chat about. Always something fun happening in the Fallout universe.
Always, always.
So Andrew, I think you've we got maybe just a preview where we got a little bit. We got a visit of the King of the Bunker Hill game that you've been kicking off.
Yes.
Well, I guess
who was the first round? Tonight we'll get into Lee, and who was it? Was it Neil? I believe the first round was between the epic fighters, the huge showdown. You thought WrestleMania 3 Hulk Hogan was a big deal? No, this is Lee versus Neil. First round of King of the Bunker Hill.
Sweet. So we got that. That's going to be the big main event for the show. But we'll do a little pre-roundtable chat. We're not going to actually record the roundtable for a couple of weeks, but Andrew and I both been doing a little bit of pre-roundtable play that we'll get into for a little bit. We're going to talk, give a little bit of a Dead is Dead update. We have a little action from our one of our favorite non-Fallout feed podcasts is going to be doing a little Dead is Dead action. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Nice. And I'm sure we'll find some other. Andrew, what else? Anything else we want to be chatting about while we're recording tonight?
Oh gosh. See, we got a couple of emails that we wanted to get into. I have caught up on your Let's Play. Well, not totally caught up. Sorry, I just passed episode 50, and I'm like halfway through.
You're awfully close. You're catching up fast.
You maybe 53 uploaded. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, 53 went live today.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Voodoo 2s?
No, that was so I've been obsessing over my new PC here. So Voodoo 2 is like an old back in the day era video card. So right now all the video cards are
video cards.
Yeah, 1080 and 970 they're both NVIDIA radio cards. Radion's an AMD card, and then Voodoo 2 was an old card from back in the day.
Nice.
So, but now it's pretty much all AMD and NVIDIA, but there was used to be a few more options.
That's something that we can actually discuss for a few minutes there. Tell us about your new toy you got, Pat.
Yeah, so I decided that I am not spending enough time on different devices playing Fallout. So clearly the solution was to go out and buy a desktop PC capable of running the high-res texture pack. So I didn't do a custom build or anything, but I went out and got a moderately high-end, just a basic cyber power PC box. I think Juan and Victor were both kind enough to give me some thoughts on configuration. They both have had good luck with ASUS PCs, I think. But then when I was reading Amazon reviews on some of the newest ASUS, Kara,
hi.
Hey.
Sorry, I got the time wrong.
No worries. Well, we jumped off a little bit early tonight, so it's actually a little bit not even your bad. It's kind of Andrew's and my bad. We were jumping on a little early tonight. Glad you could join.
Karen, you're fun. You basically missed me not doing anything and hearing us for 4 minutes. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm babbling about my new PC I bought, so that's my. Hey, Casey is jumping in here. All right.
Yay, the latecomers all came at once.
All right. I see Casey's got his mic muted, so maybe he's not quite ready to jump in.
No latecomers, everyone. We started too early.
That's right. No, it's my fault because here I am. I'm the old man here on the East Coast, and I just want to get to bed. So it's all I'll jump on any chance to start a little bit early.
No, like starting earlier is totally fine for me. It's just I was not checking our feed at all, so I didn't see you guys change the time for this week.
Andrew told me you normally start at 9 or Central Time.
Yeah, 9 Central as usual. Yeah, we jumped on a little early tonight.
Yeah. But hello, everybody.
What's up, Casey?
Casey, so glad you could join us.
Yeah.
I know it's been a while.
If my wife ever gets off early, I always try to take the opportunity to start a little early. So, you know.
Thank you, Tori.
Right on. Yeah, awesome to see you, Casey. Thanks for hopping on. Kara, thanks for hopping on. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What have
took
you
a
been
little
up to?
Fallout break for a few months, and now I'm got an itch to play it again, and missed you guys, so I come back.
Anything in particular bring that itch up?
Yeah, I got a PS4 Pro and
Nice.
a 4K television, so I wanted to see how it looked in high def.
Nice.
And
What
how
is?
does it?
Tell me about the PS4 Pro. Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, it just came out with this update called Boost Mode, which is supposed to make everything run smoother. So I can't. I had a really crappy television before, so I don't know about the 4K improvement, but it does run frame rate wise. It seems to be pretty smooth. I added some mods to make. I added some like forest mods and stuff like that to make it look pretty sweet.
Oh, nice.
I played through the story so many times. I'm not too interested in that. I just wanted to run around and see how it looked.
Yeah. I'm at that point too. I was just talking with someone about that the other day about how the whole Sean storyline provides me absolutely zero motivation at this point to play through that anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just interested in running around and doing the answer stuff.
I agree.
Well, the first time through, the first time through, once I found out that Sean was a total asshat and all grown up, I was like, well, I'm not invested anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Yeah, there's some mods. Like one of the alt start mods supposedly like changes some of the dialogue. And I was actually, am I playing it? I can't remember. Yeah, actually, I guess I am playing it on my round table character. But it doesn't. It's weird. Like every now and then there'll be a dialogue option where the vanilla is to talk about Sean and it'll give you something else. But then then the very next set of dialogue you'll talk about Sean. So it's really inconsistent. It doesn't erase all traces of Sean. It basically sort of randomly talks about other things sometimes.
I don't know how I feel about that. Just the whole thing leaves a foul taste in my mouth, and just like that's the whole MacGuffin is your son you're searching for, which eventually you should be smart enough to figure out that time has passed in between the two events, when your son was kidnapped and when you woke up, right?
Yeah.
At what point should you be able to tell that? Because I don't think you should be getting to the Institute and then being surprised by this.
I didn't I figured it out like really early in my first playthrough, and so I didn't even look. You know, it's like, okay, the kid's gonna be really old. You know, so I mean, I didn't necessarily expect he was going to be running the freaking institute, but I figure, okay, you get there and he's going to be like, like an old scientist or something or whatever.
Like humans?
Do what now?
Synths age like humans? Was the Courser Kellogg 60 years older?
Well, Kellogg wasn't a
the guy, was he?
Yeah, to begin with, he wasn't. He was human to begin with, and then they gave him implants.
Yeah, his aging was definitely slowed down because he was whatever 100 years old or something. Because his aging was definitely slowed.
Yeah,
but I don't know about like a synth. I would guess a synth maybe doesn't age. I would guess maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I would think that.
So that's a dead giveaway then, right?
Well, because they had the different generations. They had the old models that were old and.
If they're indistinguishable from humans, you have to cut their head open to find the synth thing.
Is that where it is? I always wondered where exactly the synth part was.
I assumed it was in the head. I have no idea, Kara. That's a good point.
Well, yeah, that's true. Because for Kellogg, you find his implant is in his head because it's got a piece of his. It's not his.
You run around on his fucking brain cells and his.
It's got a piece of brain lodged in his head. But I forget what it's.
Right, it had a little piece of brain stem on the end of it, didn't it?
Yeah. So his was definitely in his brain, but I don't know if if a generic.
Yeah, he wasn't really a synth though, right? You were just saying.
He was more of a cyborg.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so I thought that didn't make sense, but now that they kind of wrote that into the story appropriately.
Yeah.
I just still think character should have been able to figure that out beforehand.
Well, I don't know if you went back carefully and looked at all the terminal dates. I don't know if you could figure it out. Because
I'm not observant myself enough to do that, but I figured something weird was going on before it happened. I wasn't smart enough to figure out that, oh wait, this is going to be my son I'm talking to.
Well, there's a lot of terminal entries in Vault 111, and I don't know if any of them have dates that would give you a clue about when everything went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Codsworth talks about, I don't remember if Codsworth gives an exact number of years. He definitely talks about whatever, 200 years or whatever, but I don't know if he says exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's right. Codsworth does say it's been
like 200 years or something.
Yeah, I think he says 200.
Yeah. Well, maybe you wouldn't be able to figure it out. I just, when it comes to it, like, of course, to sum all this whole last 5 minutes of the conversation up again, I will just say Sean provides me no motivation.
Oh, speaking of Sean, there's a I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a Sean mod that turns all of the Soul Survivors dialogue to Sean. So like every time the Soul Survivor speaks, all he says is Sean, and the mod author has taken all the different ways that he says Sean. He says Sean, all the and so what my favorite Twitch streamer is doing a intentionally over the top, over modded playthrough, and he's got that Sean thing, so he'll just run around. The character will just say Sean. Go
ahead and take a second to plug your Twitch guy.
Oh yeah. His Twitch name is Weirdist, WEIRDIST builds, BUILDS. So the Weirdist is his kind of tagline. He's got a YouTube channel, which I forget if it's Weirdist or Weirdist builds, but his Twitch handle is definitely Weirdist builds. He's a really, really good Fallout challenge streamer. He's the guy who did the first, at least the first one that I know about, no kill playthrough, and at that time he was doing it pre-survival mode with all the intimidation, Wasteland Whisperer perks, and save scumming. But since then, he's done other no-kill runs using companions and other kinds of tricks and things. He's just a good streamer, very entertaining. He's got a good chat. He's got a good chat room, and he is Fallout series, Elder Scrolls series. So he's right in line with the ASA community. So he's definitely somebody to check out if you were looking for a good Twitch streamer.
Nice parallel.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a bunch of other good ones. He's just my favorite because I think he has good chatter. But there's the Techno Ted is another guy. He's a British guy. There's T Ronix, who streams a lot of Fallout from New Zealand. So there's definitely a really good Twitch community on Fallout community on Twitch that you guys should definitely check out if you're into that at all.
Wunderbar.
Yeah, and a lot of the weirdest, most interesting playthroughs are up on YouTube as well. He's got a terrific New Vegas playthrough that was the first thing of his I found that it's really good.
And it's also been a long time since I've dropped Amber McCready's name. I know that you read definitely every time. I try to catch up whenever I can on the Rads of Our Lives serial comic strip.
Yeah, she's on Twitter, and as Amber from the Vault. Check out the Vault. I don't remember exactly how it's spelled. It's Amber from the Vault, but it's abbreviated, kind of funny. And she does a little web comic using screen caps from Fallout 4, and it's intentionally kind of soap opera-y. It's a lot of fun. It's Amber is her character's name, and she gets into all these romantic misadventures with all the different love interests in Fallout 4. So she's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's really fun too.
Every Thursday.
And a new episode of Mind Fog just dropped too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Loved. I haven't listened to those. I like to save up because those are always worth a really good quality listen.
I love those stories and batches. It's just like I like listening to Let's Plays and batches too. Like it's a nice story arcs you get listening to a bunch of episodes together.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Good buddy Aaron, shout out to Aaron. Go listen to Mind Fog.
Yeah, and Aaron won't hear this because he's staying spoiler free.
No.
He is a year and a half out. He is spoiler free.
I can't believe how slowly he's digesting the game. It's amazing. Yeah. And he just got to where Good Neighbor, I think.
Yeah. He's the current episode is the Memory Den.
He's been playing the game for like 2 years.
Yeah. I would never have the patience to do that. I would be all like, no, I must know how it ends.
Very meticulous. Yeah. So check that out. It's good stuff. Yeah. So,
well, I did sign up for Twitch, and I checked out Laura's Dead is Dead on there.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was fun. They were doing the sort of side by side, someone drive the other person around rally racing sort of thing. They're kind of doing paving the path for the good rally racing style thing that Pat and I want to get into.
Yeah, they're just entertaining.
They're great. Yeah, and we'll take that opportunity. Holy shit! Well, this is just a plug fest all of a sudden. But I will take the opportunity to listen to Vault 97. West Vault Radio is the name of the podcast, West Vault Radio, and the website is vault97.com. But listen to this show. It's basically Laura, our good friend Laura, is playing a radio host trapped down into a vault, and her relationship is only with her robots. But she has recently installed a comm line where people in the wasteland can now have communication with her. So it's very interesting. Everyone check out that podcast as well. But Laura also did a Dead is Dead play. And speaking of Dead is Dead, who else is going, Pat?
Well, so our very, very good friends of the show, Shalene and Vendertron, who do the most excellent KDR podcasts, KD Radio podcasts, are going to do a Dead is Dead challenge. So we're recording this on March 30th, Thursday. If you listen to this in the first few hours after it drops, then if you get a chance, go join their Twitch stream at twitch.tv/ I think it's KDRcast, so KDRCAST.
She was doing it on the Quest Gaming Network.
Oh no, shit, you're right. Yeah, it's QGN. It's Quest Gaming Network. Thank you. Yeah. So that's right. They do all their twitching on Quest Gaming Network. I think KDRcast is their Twitter presence. But I'm not sure who's going to drive. It wasn't clear, but Shalene and Vendertron are going to do a Dead is Dead challenge on Quest Gaming Network Twitch, and I think they're going to put it on YouTube, or it'll be on Twitch, so you can catch the replay. But they put on a very good show. Their podcast also records on Twitch every other Friday, and they are a great podcast. Really good to have them back. That was Shalene and Rick used to do that, and then when Rick had to step away from podcasting, they retired it, and then they've got it relaunched. I just caught up on that. They have 4 episodes, really good stuff. Good Twitch, really good review of the Switch. Good reviews of a lot of different video games. Just some really good stuff on that show. Highly recommend that podcast for an excellent general gaming podcast, and in particular their Dead is Dead playthrough.
Yeah. Shalene is just one of those people who I can just listen to talk about anything.
Yeah. She's terrific.
It's joy to just listen to her speak. So everyone check out that podcast. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Pat, I was you were saying something about implants earlier on Kellogg, and that made me think back to your Let's Play that you're doing for Fallout New Vegas. And there's implants in New Vegas. What are those about?
So you know how in 4, if you pick up a bobblehead, you get a special point, right?
Yeah.
Or something else, right? There's 20 bobbleheads.
Yeah.
And Fallout 3 had the same bobblehead mechanic. Mm-hmm. So you could pick up a bobblehead, you get either a skill bonus or a special bonus or whatever. Yeah. But Fallout New Vegas, the collectible item, you've heard me talk about the snow globes.
Yes.
You don't have bobbleheads, you have snow globes, and there's 7 snow globes, and you go turn those in for 2,000 caps, and you can put them on a display stand, and they look all lovely and they're fun to look at, but they don't do anything for your character. So the way that you get character special points is you go to this one particular medical clinic in New Vegas. So it's kind of right in the center of the map. It's really easy to find, easy to get to once you know it's there. And you can spend just caps on an implant, and you can get as many implants as you have natural endurance points. So it may be 1, it may be 8. Well, I guess there's 9. There's 7 the 7 for special, plus 1 for regeneration, plus 1 for damage threshold. So I guess there's 9 that she'll sell you.
It I guess the chart doesn't work the same as it does in 4 because there's not like 10 endurance.
No, yeah, it goes to 10. It goes to 10, and you get capped out at 10. So it's a hard cap of 10. So if you have a natural 10, you can't buy the implant for that special stat.
Oh, okay.
Whereas for Fallout 4, you can get you're unlimited. It's like as many items or drugs or whatever as you can pile on. You can get your stats up to whatever 20 or whatever.
How you want to pick up the endurance bobblehead before raising your endurance level to 10, so you can get that extra point, right?
No, it's the other way around. After
the other way around, you want to first to 10 and then grab the bobblehead.
Yeah, and then you can have a natural. You can get 1 stat to 12 with your special book and the bobblehead, and you can get the other ones to 11. But you got to get them to a natural 10. And then pick up the bobblehead.
So you want to not touch any bobblehead through the whole game until your special is at 10.
If you're looking to do that, yeah. If you're looking to do to absolutely max out your natural special, yeah.
Have you done that on your over 100 level character? Did you get all your specials up to 10? Maybe not all.
No. I like to play with perks too much. I've got like 4 of them to 10 or something, but I haven't done like everything to 10 because I just like playing with the perks.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that at some point, just investing the first 70 levels to just specials, or just getting your specials all the way up.
Yeah, well, that was a playthrough Weirdest did where he did did no perks whatsoever.
That's great.
Everything he did, he put into special points.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Have a super well-rounded, perfect at everything.
Well, but it's so hard though because you're getting you're not doing any extra damage, right? It's just it's really hard because you're leveling up, but you don't have
bad guys are getting tough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I feel like I'm hogging the show. Kara, what have you been doing? Anything Fallout related or anything?
Anything Fallout related. Pretty much just getting my character as beefed up as possible before the season begins. When I have time. It's slow going for me because I'm still pretty much, kind of buried under research papers right now. My favorite class so far. But I'm also getting ready to probably take a picture this weekend with the captured flag.
Nice.
Yes, that'll be great. Capture the flag, of course. We're all in the process of collecting the hosts' signatures and defacing in fun ways of the Brotherhood of Steel flag that was acquired through the Loot Crate when Fallout 4 was coming out a while back. And so we're just passing it around in the group, doing a little project called King of the... No, that's the other one. Called Capture the Flag. And we're hiding a special word in each episode, but we're pointing it out when we are doing it at the top of the episode so people can hear. This is not one of the special word episodes. But if every person on the show, every host on the show says a word, then the first person to email us at thefalloutfeed@gmail.com with that special word gets the flag for that certain amount of time. We haven't really determined what that time. Probably like the 3 weeks or a month. We'll let you.
Yeah.
Then we'll ask you to mail it on to the next champion. So, where did you said you got that from? It wasn't the Groucho Marx show. Where did you say it was? It
actually was. It was You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx's game show from the 50s.
I've never actually seen that.
Yeah, it's it's the one where he got thrown off the show by making what was for that time an extremely risque remark on the show. He was interviewing a woman contestant, and he found out during the course of the interview that she had 10 kids or something, and he made a comment about 10 children. That's a lot, and the woman said, "Oh, well, I love my husband very much," and Groucho looks at her and says, "Well, I love my cigar too, but I take it out every once in a while."
Oh,
And for 1950s television, extremely risque.
Shocking.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought that you meant you got the flag from the Groucho Marx show, and I was like, what the hell
Yeah.
is he talking
That would
about?
be different.
This just in,
Sorry
Pat
if that
has
was-
time-traveling powers.
Sorry if that was confusing. No, the flag came from a loot crate. Pat's idea for the special word came from Groucho. Harpo? Groucho.
Groucho. Groucho.
I know. Oh, Kara, you were talking about getting your character ready, so that's something we should discuss. We'll throw this out here now. We are starting Nuka World and Tales of the Commonwealth for our next season of the Fallout Roundtable. We encourage everyone out there to please get involved and do a play-along character. I know Casey's going to try to play along as much as possible, but big drawback here, PS4 players, sorry, I don't think you have access to Tales from the Commonwealth. So, but Casey's going to try to do some play-along and hop on the show when he can for doing the Nuka World side of things on the PS4, and then he'll report in with whatever mods and cool improvements the PS4 can bring. So, Casey, have you rolled your character or anything yet?
Actually, what I was gonna do is take my season 1 character.
Oh, nice! And you're gonna roll it over into Nuka World,
and just
it's already over 30. That's brilliant. What level is your character? When's the last time you loaded it?
Oh, I have no idea. It's probably been a year.
That's great. I have lots of characters that I refuse to delete, but I haven't
deleted any of them.
forever.
But I know he was a melee character, and I liked that style. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, melee is really good in 4. Yeah.
What do you like? What's your melee weapon?
The Krem's tooth or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Dunwich Boar blade one. That one's great.
Yeah.
But I always liked my favorite one of all time, Fallout 3, the shish kebab with the pyromaniac perk. It's awesome.
I believe. Yeah, there's God, do you get that at the Forged or something? Isn't there a sword you get? Yeah, from French Farm, right? You have to go get
you get it. The Finch Farm tells you to go get it from the Forged.
Yeah, and it says that's what it's called, right? The shish kebab. Isn't that the flaming sword thing?
I think it's a shish kebab. I think.
Yeah,
Well, it's a name. Is it a name shish kebab in 4?
It's just not as good in Fallout 4.
Now, what's the difference? Because Pat also makes the argument that the power fists aren't as good. Did you play power fist in 3?
No, I've never touched a power fist.
Yeah, but he's saying that I don't understand how the same item basically can be extremely good in one and subpar in a different game.
I find the power fist in 4 only has a couple of mods, doesn't have a lot of options. It's really slow, so the animation I just find to be boring and unpleasant, and it doesn't do that much damage. Whereas the power fist, I've actually never done a power fist playthrough in 3, but I've done it. It was one of my favorite weapons in New Vegas, and you can just wreck some shit with the power fist in New Vegas. It is awesome.
But I don't understand that. So have you in 4? Have you gotten the power fist and taken all 5 perks and the?
Yeah, it's still boring. I still don't like it.
The Iron Fist perk. You've taken all.
Yeah,
still
don't like it. Don't like it.
Okay.
I like the melee weapons in 4 are good.
Yeah.
Throat Slicer, Krim's Tooth, Pikmin's Blade, Grognak's Axe. Those are all great.
I always associate Throat Slicer and Pikmin's Blade being the same thing. Can you explain the difference to me? I forget.
Now, Throat Slicer's broken. It does. Well, the melee weapon that does the most damage is the stupid aluminum baseball bat with the rocket attachment from Nuka World. But it's slow.
Yeah.
And it does, like, if you have a fully tooled up big leagues character with all the toys and all the perks and 10 strength, it'll do like 350 damage or something. But Throat Slicer does I think 270 or something, but it's fast. So on a DPS basis, Throat Slicer just wrecks. It wrecks everything. just because it's fast, right? I mean, DPS is not an explicit stat in 4 like it used to be in 3 in New Vegas, but basically it's just a matter of how much damage it does and how fast you can wield it.
Wing it, yeah. Casey, can you explain the difference between your shish kebabs?
I think in Fallout 3 there's fire perks that like make it more powerful.
I think Jeremy played a flamethrower type character where there's some
I don't know if there's a fire enhancing perk in Fallout 4 to go along with it.
Yeah, that might have just been like a big guns perk he was using for that. I don't know if there. I can't think of anything. Pat, you think of it?
Big. I'm thinking big guns. Maybe is there big guns on the? Is there a big guns on the? Shit. I never liked the big guns weapons in any of the games. So I'm not. Other than the Fat Man, which of course is a classic.
Have you ever gotten the Merv to work well? I can't. I don't understand it.
I think I got it to work in New Vegas one time.
Yeah, they always go like 16 feet in front of me and end up killing me. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay, Andrew. It happens to all guys sometimes.
It's all guys. Happens to all of us. So XP banking, we're leveling up characters. Casey's using his previous roundtable character. Kara, what are you doing to gain XP to level up your character? Pat, we'll ask you as well.
Well, at first, I was trying to do this on survival mode because I really wanted to get further than I did during the Dead is Dead challenge. And the truth is, I just freaking suck. I just suck so bad. And I normally, I don't think I've ever really rage quit anything before, but I definitely have now. And so I think I'm definitely going to switch it down to a lower setting, maybe like hard or very hard or something. So first and foremost, I'm doing a little bit of building up, but mostly it's just going out and killing things and completing a few missions. The missions are pretty much where you get most of your XP, isn't it?
Oh yeah. By far you get like 10 times XP than discovering a location or something.
Yeah, and I don't have like high intelligence or high enough intelligence or luck, and I don't have the perks for like idiot savant or what have you. Excuse me, for this this round. So I can't get those like bonus perks. So it's killing on top of killing, which is just fine by me.
Yeah, I haven't even scrapped and built stuff. Usually I will gain a lot of XP by going around Sanctuary and scrapping absolutely everything, and then taking all the materials and building one just big weird looking tower structure expansive thing, and just getting rid of all the stuff to gain 3, 5, 8 XP at a time, and I haven't done that yet. And so all of my leveling of, I think what did I say, Pat, 15 or 16? I don't remember.
I think that's what you said. Yeah.
I'm somewhere around there, and I usually would get that high just probably from building alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. I could probably actually just quit going out and adventuring and go back to my settlement and just build for the next 15 levels and get to 30 and be okay. Let's go.
Yeah, I also have to get to Far Harbor too, because that's where my companion is.
Oh no, I think I'm Children of Adam is my faction, so I need to get over there eventually and play through that, which is great because
that's your favorite.
Because I love that weapon. They that radium rifle they have. What's it called? Oh, but that fucking weapon is great.
Adam's Judgment is the hammer. Right?
Yeah, that's something else. I forget what the rifle is.
It's Adam's something, great. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's fantastic. Yeah. So, Pat, what are you doing to get your character up level?
Yeah. So I'm cheating a little bit because what I'm doing is I'm using my levels up to 30 to kind of like put some of my favorite perks into my character, so I'm actually really not challenging myself yet very much. Although what I'm trying to do is do a balance of getting perks that I like and will use, but also get some of the. So the deal I made with myself was I would get at least 1 point in every one of my assigned perks by the time I get to 30. So I figured, okay, that's somewhat in the spirit, and then I'll have assortment of other things like, lock pick or whatever. So so I'm at 23. So I've got let's see, I've got Gunslinger, Mysterious Stranger. Well, Gunslinger, I think I've got Gunslinger. Let me pull up my character. So I've got so I've got Mysterious Stranger 1 point, Gunslinger 3, Scrapper 1, which is all I'm eligible for so far. I just picked up Black Widow. I got all 3 in Lead Belly, and I've got 1 in Pickpocket. So I don't have anything in Basher, but I got to put one more dot into Strength, and I can pick up Basher. So that's what I felt like. All right, if I go to level 30 when I start playing and have at least 1 point, then I can. And I've actually got more than that. Then I can put some of my other things.
You hate Basher.
I'm gonna hate Basher, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Give it the old college try.
Got it yet, and you're already complaining about it.
Yeah. Well, like I can't. I like my grenades too much. So like I want to have grenades hotkey to that. I don't want to fuck around with bashing.
That's true. That will mess that up. You have to keep
Well, you can if you do it really fast, you can still bash, but I'm too much of a klutz with the controller.
I found the only thing I use bash for is the Mirelurk hatchling. I use it for those.
Yeah.
I squish them.
Yeah. Well, in theory, the 100 basher, the fourth dot in basher is supposedly, what is it, stuns people or whatever. So in theory, it should be good. So I need to give it a try. It's what the round table's about.
No, I was just about to ask: Are we supposed to fill out the thing? Because I didn't know how much in.
I never with my previous two. I didn't fill it out. I just got at least 1 point.
Yeah. I didn't know how much Iron Fist I wanted to invest.
Yeah, well, Iron Fist is one. If you're going to take it, you want to fill it out. Yeah, like Gunslinger, I'm getting Gunslinger as soon as I can. I'm getting every dot in Gunslinger.
And Hacker?
I didn't get Hacker.
No, that's one of mine, but that's one that I never take because if I find something, a terminal that's too hard to hack, I either bring Nick or I have a robot with the hacking mod. I don't know.
I think you're gonna have to invest in Hacker a little bit, man. I think that's the rules of the round table.
I'm always so bad at that shit. I don't like the hacking, that letter game.
Well, so that's, you guys were talking about idiots of care. I think you mentioned idiot savant. So my pet theory, and I'm using it with this character is, I'm getting lockpick and hacker and trying to get those advanced, and I'm just unlocking everything I see. Just only for the experience. Like I'll actually, if I go to a terminal and the terminal unlocks the safe, I'll hack the terminal, and then I'll back out of the hack and I'll unlock the safe, and just because it doubles my experience.
Yeah,
it takes longer, but I'm getting so I can do those fast enough that it doesn't really bother me to take the extra step. That's my pet theory. That I'm not doing idiot savant, but I am doing that kind of stuff, like to try to get a little bit of extra experience.
Oh man, there's that breaking point. I know Denny and I were talking about it a few weeks ago. In survival mode, there's a breaking point where you're just getting your ass handed to you over and over and over and over and over again. But then one day you wake up and all of a sudden things are dying.
Yep.
I'm almost there on this character.
Nice.
It's like I think it's level like 18 to 22. Somewhere in that point is the breaking point.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it might be for.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I think it's like in the 20s. I agree.
Yeah, Dennis might be 12. I don't know. He would destroy me in the game off. I'm sure.
He's such a power gamer.
Yeah. Is that a good thing? Oh,
no, I'm tormenting. Although he calls himself that, but I do it just to taunt him. Yeah, it's not fair. He's not here to defend himself.
My wife gave me a fancy new haircut tonight.
Picture sure didn't happen.
She's standing here running her fingers through my hair.
Ooh.
Checking my hair. Checking the haircut. Sorry. I need more texture, guys.
Did she do a beard trim too, or is the beard still very luxurious?
No, I don't let her trim my beard because she tries to make it she tries to shape it, and I don't like to shape the top of it because it looks like I'm trying to, not look like a scruffy son of a bitch, my wife says, if you could hear her in the background there.
I could just barely hear that.
But the thing is, if you shave the little tops, then you got to do it every week or whatever, every day. I don't want to do that. You just got to trim the beard up and leave it have its natural shape, but just, not have it be bushy. You know what I mean?
See, I obsessively trim mine. I keep mine really, really short.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
I know sometimes mine gets out of control. I like it. My friend, my best friend from high school, got married a bunch of years ago, but he told the guys in his wedding party a couple, I don't know, at least a year in advance, might have been a year and a half advance, that I want everyone to have weird beards, big weird beards. So I just let mine grow for like a year and a half. It was ridiculous. It was a big old crazy thing. It was fun. I want to do that again. My wife will kill me. She said, whenever my mustache gets all crazy, she says, like kissing a walrus. Love that. Oh, sorry.
Or Horker, if you want to be.
Yeah, I got that.
Elder Scrollsy.
So, Pat, we have to get into King of the Hill. I have a settler exploit that we don't have to talk about that I might want to touch on. We have to get into Shalene's Fallout Shelter Outrage. And Keith was wanting a horse in Fallout 4 or some sort of transport. There is a motorcycle fast travel that I've picked up that I might want to talk to him about for a second. But I don't know. Do you guys want to listen to our very first edition of our brand new game show?
Yes.
Well, so are you going to ask us the questions?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
I thought that would be fun. It was,
yeah. So let's ask you guys the questions first.
Were you playing both people back to back?
Yeah. The way we did it is they went into the the secret booth, which basically means we had them take their headphones off so they couldn't hear the questions.
Mm-hmm.
But with you guys, it really won't matter so much. Put them in the soundproof booth. You guys won't have to do that with. I'll just ask the question, and then each of you. I don't know. It's not like we can have you write it down and show me your answer like they do on game shows because I can't see you guys. But just be honest.
Write it down in the chat on the side.
Pat, can you see the chat on the side?
No, my Hangout app on my iPad is not working for some reason. But
Okay.
if you and Casey can do it, you guys could write it down, and then I could say it. I could say it if you write it down, if that works.
Kiloton radium rifle, Casey. I just opened up the chat. You're right. It was the kiloton radium rifle.
I can see the YouTube chat, but hey, Michelle's in the YouTube chat.
Oh God, you're always hanging out. What a good guy. So yeah, let's get into some King of the Bunker Hill. We'll ask these questions first of our host, and then we'll actually play our first segment of our listener contestants. So our first session was between Lee and Neil, and these were the questions asked of them. So Casey and Kara, you will write your responses in the chat on the side without looking at each other's answers somehow. I don't know if you could. I don't care.
I'll try.
It's just for fun. Yeah.
I'll ask you to pause for just a few seconds.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay.
And I cross my heart, I won't Google it while you guys are typing.
Yeah, we could just hit enter at the same time.
Question 1. Who reveals the name of Dogmeat to the protagonist in Fallout 4? Who reveals the name of the protagonist, or the name of Dogmeat to the protagonist in Fallout 4?
Ready to hit enter when you are, Casey.
That's right. Oh, Kara got it correct. There's actually 2 answers to that.
I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I do know. Yeah, I do know the other one. Yeah. Now that you say it, yeah.
Pat, do you have
Isn't
an
the
answer?
other one?
The other one is Nick
No.
Valentine.
Yeah, because he just starts referring to him as Doggy.
Yeah, it's Mama Murphy's the more common one, but that's right. Nick will do it in.
Mama Murphy and Nick. So hang on, should I write down the scores? Kara. Sorry, this is hilarious. Kara.
You're a mess.
Okay. Question 2. Name your pre-war hometown in Fallout 4. Name your pre-war hometown in Fallout 4.
Okay, ready to hit enter.
All right. Casey got it correct.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was like technically a town.
Pat?
Sanctuary Hills.
Hills, yes. That was the kicker. I was trying to trip people up by just saying sanctuary, but I wasn't going to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quincy is where the Minutemen came from, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So, question number 3: what does FEV stand for?
Oh shoot!
What does FEV stand for? And hit enter in 3, 2, 1. And Pat, do you have a guess?
Forced evolutionary virus.
Yes, sir. That is correct. Feline.
When in doubt, just make a wild guess.
Kara, Pat and I were talking about it before the show. We know that you want to take a nice picture out in the cool place around your Ohio Midwestern great little town. But also we request you please take a picture with your cat on the BOS flag.
What if someone has cat allergies and they get the flag next?
Oh God, whatever. They're not going to be rolling around. Well, actually, maybe I don't know. We got some weirdos.
You told them to deface it. You didn't tell them how.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it could be worse than cat hair.
Yeah, you're right. We could get a lot more disgusting than that. All right, so I believe Pat was the only one to get question 3 correct so far. Pat is 3 for 3. Attaboy. Question number 4: what is Father's given name?
Ready to go.
All right, hit enter in 3, 2, 1. Oh gosh, Pat.
Sean.
I think I spelled it wrong.
Would you like to spell?
SHAUN.
SHAUN. Do I give Casey and Kara the buzzer for wrong answers? Because both of them.
Oh yeah.
Because some people play without subtitles. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I would have spelled it SEAN as well. Had I not. Is that the typical like Irish spelling of Sean with the SH?
I would say yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it okay? Okay. Question number 4. This is the tough one, and I am a stickler here with exact question 5 here. This is the hard question, of course. I'm gonna be a stickler here. You got to get the whole thing, the whole phrase. Question 5: what animal mutated into Deathclaws? What animal mutated into Deathclaws? And 3, 2, 1. Pat, do you have an answer?
Jackson's chameleon.
Wow, how do you know that shit?
Oh my gosh.
Kara?
No clue.
I just put gecko.
Gecko. And yeah, that's crazy. Kara actually wrote a song about Fallout and used gecko in there because I mistakenly misremembered that Deathclaws came from geckos, but Pat is correct. It's the Jackson's chameleon. Jackson's chameleon.
This is a very interesting transmutation. Yeah, I think someone joked about it, like evolving from a gecko or just postulated that could be it.
I put that into a song.
I still hold that it's actually the squirrel meat. They were originally squirrels. Someone once joked about that, and I was like, nope, it's now canon for me.
Oh, that's great. They're definitely nimble like squirrels. I don't know how nimble chameleons are. They just kind of hang on stuff, right?
Yeah, they're more stealthy than nimble.
Yeah, they're not nimble so much. So that was our questions, guys. Pat, you were 5 for 5. Had a boy. We'll try to keep score throughout the whole series. See how you do. But now that all the suspense will be gone completely from the bit, let's go ahead and listen to some King of the Bunker Hill. Round 1, Lee versus Neil. Here we go.
I'm gonna need some more wine to get me through this.
Live from Vault 97, it's the King of the Bunker Hill Quiz Show Challenge. It's the show where contestants compete to come back week after week to see who can collect the most Funko Mystery Minifigures. Brought to you by the Fallout Feed and ASA Podcasting. And now, your host, Susan.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to find out who is the wisest in all the wasteland. It is time to find out the King of the Bunker Hill. We are here live in Vault 97 in our exclusive game show studios, where we have tonight Lee and Neil, who are going to battle it out to find out who will be climbing that hill. So, first of all, let's introduce tonight's contestants. We have Lee. How are you doing, Lee?
You okay?
Excellent. Now, Lee, I understand, I've got written down here, you're a keen jet ski user. Is that correct?
Sure, why not?
Excellent. And what got you into jet skiing? Do you have any funny jet ski stories for me?
They sink sometimes.
They sink. Oh, I'm not going to ask any further questions about that, Lee. It sounds like that could have been painful. And we also have Neil. How are you, Neil?
Oh, I'm fantastic today.
Hey, Neil, where are you from, Neil? Would you like to tell the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I hail from Indiana.
Indiana. Now, whereabouts is that exactly? I don't really know the geography of the irradiated wasteland. Terrible. You might have to be a little bit specific for me.
Oh, somewhere amongst in the middle of the glowing sea, not too far from the children of Adam.
Oh, okay. That sounds suitably dangerous. I'll be radiation suit. Excellent. Great. Okay. Well, now we've introduced our contestants, I think it is time to start the game. Well, before the show, we did have a little bit of a coin toss, so it has been decided that Lee will be going first. So I'm going to tell Neil, can you just put your headphones on and get into a little soundproof booth over there for me? We don't want Neil to hear any of the answers to the questions. So if you, are you all in there? Excellent.
Yep, good luck, Lee.
I think he's good. Okay, right, Lee. Are you ready to begin this this terrific challenge?
Absolutely.
Okay, now remember, I do need you to be reasonably prompt with your answers, and I am going to be a stickler for accuracy. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You don't sound terrifically sure. Let's have it a bit more oomph. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. One. I feel the tension building in the audience here. Who reveals the name of Dogmeat to the protagonist?
Crazy drug lady.
Crazy drug lady. I need you to be a little bit more specific. Oh no, time's ticking away.
Mama Murphy.
Ding ding! That is correct. Okay. Question 2. Name your pre-war hometown. And I need the full name.
Sanctuary Hills.
Ding, ding, ding. That is 2 for 2, Lee. You're doing well. Question 3, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. What does FEV stand for?
Forced evolution virus.
Oh,
Maybe.
can we maybe be a little bit more sort of expand on that just a tiny bit with the middle word?
Forced evolutionary virus.
Nice.
Ding, ding. I will give you that one, Lee. 3 for 3. Here we go. Question 4. What is father's given name?
Sean.
Lee, you're on fire. What can I say? That is 4 for 4. And okay, all right.
And I haven't even met the man.
Amazing. Okay. The last see, this is mean. I mean, my question writers are obviously having a bad day when they came up with this one. Question 5. What animal mutated into Deathclaws? That is, what animal mutated into Deathclaws?
I want to say it was the chameleon.
Oh, I think we need you to be a little bit more specific than that.
There are types of chameleons.
There are many types of chameleons.
Oh, geez, I've got a friend who owns one too, and I one of the larger ones.
Oh no, Lee.
Gonna have to hurry you a little bit here.
Blue chameleons. I don't know.
That is incorrect, I'm afraid, but don't worry. You have scored a very impressive 4 out of 5. So let's see. We'll get your opponent back in the room, and we'll see how he does. So thank you very much for playing, Lee. Everyone, give Lee a round of applause. And let's get Neil back out onto the floor.
Good job, Lee.
Okay, Neil,
Nicely played, Lee.
are you back with us? Are you coming back
That's
into the
awesome.
studio?
I am here and ready.
Oh, excellent, Neil. I warn you. Very, very well. He scored a well. I won't tell you his score just yet, but it was pretty impressive. So you have a lot of work cut out for you, Neil. But let's get on with the round. So, question 1: who reveals the name of Dogmeat to the protagonist?
Oh, what is her name? I can see her face. She is the old lady there. And
Just throw a few
always
answers.
wants drugs.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on her name. Easy question, and I blank.
It's
I'm gonna
okay.
have
Do you
to
want to take a?
pass.
Do you want to take? No, just take a guess. You know, we can have guesses in this game. You can take a wild guess. I don't mind.
Okay, it's Nancy. I don't know.
I'm afraid that is incorrect, Neil. But don't worry. Let's move on to question 2. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, but it's fine. But I will have to insist on this question. I do require a very accurate answer. So,
Okay,
name your pre-war hometown.
Sanctuary.
I need you to be a bit more specific than that, Neil.
Pre-war hometown.
Yes, indeed. It had a delightful name. 2 words.
Boston.
Yeah, and feel free to. You were right with Sanctuary, but you needed a little
Concord.
bit more.
Concord.
That you, I'll give you one more chance. You were right with Sanctuary, but I just needed a little bit more.
Ladies and gentlemen, we must take this opportunity to report that the show was stricken by technical difficulties.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, was required to concede the round to Lee. Let's resume the game where Susan congratulates Lee on a round well won.
Okay, Lee, you are today's winner. And that means that you win a fantastic prize of a Fallout Funko Vinyl Mini Mystery Figure, brought to you by the Fallout Feed and ASA Podcasting, who are these proud sponsors of King of the Bunker Hill. How do you feel, Lee?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You got a special place where you might be putting that little figure?
Once I move the others, yes.
Oh, already quite the champion, I see. Okay, well, as the winner, it means you'll be coming back next time to compete against a brand new contestant. So how do you think you're going to take on this individual?
I will stumble around just as I did in this round.
Well, hey, it worked for you this time, Lee, so keep it up. And that concludes today's exciting episode of the greatest game show in the wasteland, King of the Bunker Hill. Until next time, goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this edition of the King of the Bunker Hill Quiz Show Challenge, brought to you by the Fallout Feed and ASA Podcasting. Join Susan next time to see who will win the coveted Funko Mystery Minifigures and be crowned King of the Bunker Hill.
That was so exciting.
Nice. Andrew, you kept it from us that you had a special guest host. That's amazing.
I was saying that was going to be a surprise. Were you onto that at all? I
had no idea. That's amazing.
Accidental hints. I thought that you might have been able to sniff it out beforehand, but I'm really glad that I snuck that in there on you guys. Yeah. So the surprise is out of the bag. Of course, Susan is our big, our grand host. The person who's the radio host in the vault. For West Vault Radio, Susan is our host for King of the Bunker Hill. I thought that'd be a fun surprise. I'm glad I snuck it in there on you guys.
Nice one, nicely played, and congratulations, Lee. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Susan recently has
sorry, Casey.
Phone line now.
Yeah, she has a comm line out, and all of a sudden she's the host of a game show.
Nice.
Yeah. Apologies again. Neil had some connectivity issues, so he had to hop off. But so we just conceded the round to Lee, as you could hear. But I think it went pretty well. The rest
that was really nice.
Yeah, the rest of them are just a few minutes longer because that one got clipped a little bit. But no, that's great. Thank you so much, Lee, and thank you so much, Neil. Lee, next week the challenger, I believe, is Michelle. That was you in round 2. Right? Didn't Michelle hop in round 2, I believe? So we will see the continuation of the game where Lee tries to defend his title and win yet another Funko mini mystery figure. All right. So we actually had a couple of emails, Pat. We didn't get to any emails yet tonight, did we?
We did not, and I'm on the wrong computer. Do you have the emails in front of you, Andrew? I don't have them, unfortunately.
I've got some emails pulled up here. Yeah. Bake Daddy wrote in a few shows ago. I don't remember exactly which number. I'd say probably 2 episodes ago, maybe. But he writes in again and says, "Hello, everyone at the Fallout Feed. It's Aaron again, and I wanted to update you on my pistol packing mama. She has passed away and has been deleted." Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Remember, Kara? He wrote in asking for tips on what perks to take for Dead is Dead.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't make the right suggestions.
Of course we didn't make the right suggestions. What are we, experts?
Yeah, come on. Don't listen to anything we say. So she survived up to level 8, and I thought I had enough damage on my 10 mil pistol with an automatic armor piercing rounds upgrade on it. I headed down to Concord and took out the raiders attacking Preston. Then I went inside and killed some more raiders, but as soon as I got up top with the 2 raiders at the door, Preston took one out, and the other hit her overhead with a pool cue. Yes, a freaking pool cue. I'm not going to lie. Had a lot of fun fooling around with the perks that I'd never used before, like Idiot Savant, and I will be making another character pretty soon when I get the time. Right now, however, I'm doing my final enjoyable playthrough of Fallout New Vegas with Mr. House. I still have Caesar's Legion left to do, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
So what's the Legion about?
Well, it's just being pro Legionnaire, and they are oh man, they are the biggest assholes.
Yeah,
they are terrible. It's
thanks for writing in, Aaron. That's awesome.
Yeah, great note, and thanks for playing along with The Dead is Dead. I think we've really had a lot of fun with people from the community and other podcasts jumping in and having a little fun with The Dead is Dead. So that's terrific.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And reminder everyone, watch Shalene and Vendertron tomorrow night.
Yeah, Friday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time on the QG and Quest Gaming Network Twitch channel.
Mountain Time seems like a made-up thing to me. Does that exist?
It is the loneliest time. Yeah.
What is that? Montana, New Mexico?
Yeah, Arizona.
Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's actually, when I visit there, it's actually a lot of fun being in that time zone because it feels like you're like way ahead of the game because everything's happening so early,
The sun's still up. Okay, so let's continue. Oh, here we have one from Victor.
Victor?
Good buddy Victor.
Haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. Oh, going to bed, honey? All right. Love you, dear.
Night, Tori.
Night, Tori.
Good night.
Let's see. Victor says, "Hi, everyone." Actually, signs it Vic. Does he want to be called Vic? That's awesome. So Vic writes in, "Hi, everyone. I think the houses in Sanctuary and that one other settlement in Fallout 4 have the worst and ugliest fucking siding I've ever seen." And I wonder who the heck would ever do that to a perfectly good, drab, uninteresting ranch house. So I assumed I assumed it was made up by some junior art director in a custodian's closet at Bethesda headquarters. Until the other day when I saw one of these awful looking things in real life. I won't mention the town, but it's in Orange County, New York. So the question is, has anyone ever seen any of these houses in real life? And if you live in one, I'm sorry, Vic. That's a great email. Thank you.
Amazing. Victor. Absolutely amazing.
He's talking about like sort of the formed aluminum modular look, right?
I think so. Like those big, giant, sort of square aluminum panels that Jun Lee bangs on, and what makes you want to murder him.
Bang. Yeah. I don't think that I've ever seen one, which is actually kind of remarkable because the whole neighborhood that I live in was built in the 50s and 60s during a sort of industrial boom in my area where they just had to throw up a bunch of housing to get with all the factories that had moved into the area or whatnot. But I live in a cruddy ranch style little house. I'm lucky to have a nice big basement underneath, so the house feels a little bit bigger if I can just sort of take over the basement. But at least I don't have modular steel siding. I've got we have some nice cedar shake actually. It's good stuff. I like that. So no, I've never seen anything like that. I've seen a couple of posts on Facebook and stuff of like weird houses that were perfectly preserved from the 50s somehow. They haven't been updated. Those are fun to look at. You guys ever seen anything like that?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, the house I grew up in had like this asbestos siding on it. It was like these asbestos shingle-looking things, which I'm sure were there was outside, so it wasn't like you were breathing or anything. But that was pretty weird in retrospect.
Yeah.
I've never heard of asbestos siding, like exposed asbestos.
Yeah, it was just like it was fireproof, right? It was tough,
The kids like to eat the side of the house. It's
good for them. It's fine, not a problem.
Yeah, thank God Hansel and Gretel didn't have an affinity for it.
Don't touch it.
Good night. All right. We actually have one more email that we need to get to.
Wow, emails out the yin yang tonight.
Keith just wrote in onto the live chat on YouTube saying, "Hey guys, I just sent in an email, but I can't stick around and listen to the answer. I have to go to bed." So awesome, Keith. Thanks for writing in. He says, "Hello, everyone. So I'm still playing my original character. We'll call him the Clueless Wonder mainly. Because I had no clue when I selected specials and perks. Yeah, that's the first thing when you hop into a game like this. If you don't know what you're doing at first, you're just kind of like, oh, whatever. You're like, the first time I hopped into Skyrim, I was just like, I have no idea what any of this means. Like, okay, we'll just pick a little bit here. We'll dash a little bit here. I don't even know what that means, but sure, you'll get a couple of points too. So yeah, that's a good call, Keith. It's hard to know where to put those perk points at first. It says, okay, I've been doing questing for the Railroad and the Institute as well. While doing a quest for the Institute, I forgot Deacon was there, and he was not happy with me. Oh, so Deacon gets pissed when you go to the Institute, I would assume, being a railroad guy. Yeah, that makes sense. So I was wondering if I could possibly mess up a storyline if he continues with me. Will Deacon keep following you if you do the Institute storyline, Pat?
So it won't break any of the storylines. I mean, in some of the other games, so there's a very specific point where you will occasionally get a message that says you have to make an irrevocable choice. Like it's like if you got Brotherhood versus Institute, it's at the Mass Fusion. When you go to Mass Fusion, you have to pick one side or the other. A follower won't mess up the playthrough, but there are things that'll happen. Like if you're doing the wrong kind of quest, sometimes the follower they'll get disaffinity with you so much that they'll stop they won't follow you anymore. And I don't know about Deacon specifically, but I know some of the followers, like some like Strong don't give a shit. Strong don't care. But some of the other ones will stop following if you get to a point. And then there are other things like if like I had X688, the Courser follower, and I brought him to the Railroad, and that turns the Railroad insta hostile. Doesn't matter if you're like pro Railroad, you can be the Railroad's best friend, but if you bring a Courser to the Railroad, they get all hostile.
You think they would want to be like, hey, buddy, well, let's convert you over to our side?
You would think, but no, they're anti-Courser.
They're really very anti-Courser.
That's the wrong reaction, I think.
Yeah. So that's so it won't like break your game as in like you can't finish it or anything, but it could potentially he will stop following you if you're doing stuff he doesn't like.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say, Keith, is that the only thing you're in danger of really is just having Deacon going back to wherever he came from.
Yeah, that's right.
Or if you haven't established him at a settlement, he'll go back to the railroad headquarters.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll go back to your settlement.
Yeah.
And also, if you really want to know, if you want to keep tabs on where Deacon goes, Keith, I suggest you go into build mode and find the Vault-Tec population management system, which I had never used before. A couple of I've just started using it recently, and it is a life changer with management settlement.
Oh, and it makes it so much easier to keep your farms going too.
Yeah, keep your farms going.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's so amazing. It's really, really good.
They added so much stuff really quickly in that few months.
Yeah. All the stuff that came out really quickly. I was just trying to go into the building conveyor belts and stuff because I actually had a use for it. I was like, oh man, I really want to make some 45 ammo. So let's go ahead and start one of those little things. And I was like, fuck, you need science and something else. It's not just science, but it's like you need two separate things in order to make ammunition. I'm like, well, fuck that. I have all these things, and by the time I get enough perks together where I'm going to get those two, I'll be level 30 and have like 2,000 rounds of it anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just find enough of it.
The building ammo is such a tease because every time I try to do it, I never have enough material.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. It's not lead. Is it steel and fertilizer or something like that? It's like
you always need fertilizer for explosives. Yeah. Or whatever. Yeah. I never tried any of that complicated building. I enjoy building like basic settlements the vendor stands and all that stuff, but I'd never tried any of the conveyor belts or anything. It just seemed too tedious.
I tried to do the ball track thing once, and I was like, "All right, this is this is a little much, guys." Oh man, I can't believe I was playing Marble Madness with it.
But they're fun to watch. I like watching those videos.
Yeah, I like the ones, that are the man. I always blank on the name. Those machines that one, burn a candle, hits a string.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg. Yeah, I always want to say Briggs Meyer, but that's that psychological test. Whatever. Meyer Briggs.
INTJ.
Shut up. Is that your Myers Briggs?
I have mine has moved around over the years, but that is one that I have often gotten.
That's amazing, Pat. You know that. That's the only reason I know about that is because of an episode of Dr. Katz, Professional Therapist. Going off about it. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry, what were we talking about? We were talking about Keith.
Wait, I have a comment on Keith's email.
Yeah, go ahead.
That he mentioned his first playthrough where he's kind of wandering. Like, that's what I love about these games is everyone's first playthrough, you don't know what the optimal perks are or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone's character is totally unique to them on that first playthrough. And that's why I play through my first character for months and months and months.
Yeah. It's fun when I reload. I don't do it often, but I'll reload that first character. And it's weird because you'll see, man, really? I picked those perks? That's kind of strange. Oh, man, I had that high of strength. I never picked that high of strength. Now, like, it's just, it's fun to see the differences about what things you pick.
Yeah, usually for me, it's my second character that I play just like forever and ever and ever. Because the first one I don't quite get right. But then the second one, I really get it tooled to where it's just the way I want it.
You also burn through the story, right? You want to get through the
usually I'll burn through the story, and then the second time through I'll play it with a different faction and take my time. Yeah.
So do you on purpose pick a faction that you think you might not love to death on purpose first time through?
Well, no, because first time through it, I don't, because I try to not have spoilers, so I don't know, right? I don't have any idea. I'll just kind of do whatever, and then the second time through, I'll know a little bit more about the game, a little bit more about the factions, and I'll usually try to get one that that I think I really like.
Yeah. Cool. So Keith said he was wondering if he could possibly mess up a storyline. We know, Keith, you won't mess up any storyline, and in the Institute, and both with the Brotherhood of Steel, I know that they are extremely blatant by even putting up a warning screen to hello, wait, you're about to do something that is going to make the Brotherhood of Steel or Institute mad at you forever. Are you sure you want to proceed? And then if you click yes, then they will hate you forever. But yeah, in your situation, right now, all you're going to do is lose Deacon, and he'll go back to wherever he came from, or your settlement, whichever. And if you want to find him easier, again, that Vault-Tec population management system. I don't remember what category it's in, though.
It's in the VIP tracker, and they have to be. You have to have had them as a follower.
Yeah, they have to be.
You can't just have met them. You have to have had them as a follower, and then any of the ones that you have as a follower, you are eligible to be VIP tracked, including dog meat.
Dog meat. He's a good boy. So Keith continues on. Also, since I'm not truly happy with the way my guy is going, along with the specials and perks, I was looking for thoughts on the draw I got from the generator from the website. Let's see. He wants thoughts, please, because he may work on the second character, but he's not sure yet. He likes sneaking with melee and, of course, some guns. Thanks, and sorry for the long email, Keith. Keith, you don't have to apologize for a long email. It wasn't even a long email.
Love to hear from you. Thank you.
So do you guys want to hear his build really quick that he rolled? He wants your thoughts on here. He got a female with no follower. He got the Starlight Drive-In. He got Kate for romance. That's awesome. I love Kate.
Yeah.
Kate can be your follower then, since you have to romance her, so she'll have to be in tow with you for a while anyway. He got the Institute, which I hate. I will never play an Institute playthrough again. Raider faction Commonwealth. Oh, that's fun. So
that's good. Yeah.
That'll be great. So that basically that means, Keith, that you need to go through Preston stuff, do all of Preston stuff to get as many Minutemen settlements on your side, and then go into Nuka World and destroy. Right? Isn't that what we're doing? Destroying the Raiders inside the Nuka World?
You don't have to go. I mean, you can go pro Preston, but you can basically just destroy the Raiders.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you want to you can go in covertly and pretend to be on their side for a while and get their advantages and stuff, and then
that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool, Keith. You can play this. Oh, let's get into a specialty real quick. Strength of. This looks pretty even down the board, actually. This is a very well-rounded character. Strength of 3, Perception 5, Endurance 6, Charisma 4, Intelligence 4, Agility 5, and Luck of 1. So Charisma 4, you can get your local leader if you bump up 2 more. Perception 5, your rifleman's at level 2 or something. I always love rifle.
So what perks did he get?
Oh, yeah. Okay, those are down here. Blacksmith. So that is what?
He likes melee, so that's good for because.
All right, so that's cool. Your perk is blacksmith, and you can create melee weapon. I forget what.
Yeah, you can upgrade and create. Yeah, we can't create, but you can upgrade your melee weapons, and your.
You create a melee weapon? That stinks.
Well. No, I mean, but you find them, right? You find them and you upgrade them. So and you could also that's also needed to upgrade power armor. So if you're a power armor fan, you need blacksmith to upgrade the arms.
Oh, okay. Hey, speaking of blacksmith and making weird stuff, Pat, you were talking in your Let's Play about super mutants in an older game. I think maybe it was 3 or New Vegas. I don't remember what you were saying. They used to take car bumpers and make big giant swords out of them or something. I thought that sounded
there's a bumper sword in New Vegas. Yeah, it's a car. It's a big steel car bumper turned into a sword. Yeah.
I thought that sounded fantastic.
It is pretty. It's a pretty fun melee weapon. Yeah.
He also got locksmith.
Good basic perk, always useful.
Always useful. Aqua Boy, probably the most useful damn perk in the game.
Yeah, terrific for a survival playthrough if that's what you're going to
go. Animal friend. Is that the point the gun at the dog and make it calm, pacify?
Yeah.
You can make it follow you. Pat hates it. We've been having this round conversation the last few weeks that he doesn't like the Wasteland Whisperer or the one where you can coerce people into doing this. He doesn't like those. He likes the robotics expert one, which is because it works every time, but the other ones only have a percentage chance.
Yeah.
Being effective. I still like him anyway. I think it's really cool when I can have a Deathclaw following me or a bloated ghoul, just hanging out with me in the party. It's really fun. I like doing that sort of stuff. And I think it works better than 30% of the time or whatever you quoted me. I think
I don't know what the proc is. It's just it is by no means 100%.
All right, so let's see. Hacker. Actually, I got hacker too. So you got locksmith and hacker.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah. Action boy and girl. I think that's AP regeneration.
Yeah, AP regenerates faster. Yep.
And bloody mess. Oh, that's extra damage.
Oh, man, that's a really good build.
That's an incredible build, Keith. I say go ahead and start this character and roll with it. That sounds really fun. It just sucks you're in the Institute.
I mean, if he said he likes melee, so he's got bloody mess, action girl, or boy, whichever, and blacksmith. So add blitz in there, and he's got a rock'em sock'em melee build
in there too. So let's help him out with his melee. Is there a Institute associated melee weapon? I can't think of anything immediately offhand. Do
the Sense carry security batons? Yes.
The shock baton.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That shock baton. Yeah, you could go shock baton. That would be it. That would be very in line with Institute.
Yeah. If I remember right, there are a couple of scents in that water plant that you have to go to for Grey Garden, and probably dependent upon your level, what weapons they're carrying. But before you get into the area where all the Mirelurks are, I thought there were 2 synth guards.
No, that's super mutants.
Are they super? No, those guys are outside. I'm talking when you get in the doors. God, maybe they're not there, but there's a whole bunch of. I thought there was a shock baton.
I mean, it could be that they're there randomly. I've done that quest twice recently. But they could be there randomly sometimes. Yeah.
Who knows? So yeah, shock baton. I would suggest there. Other than that's. I think I covered everything. I like that build.
Yeah, that's a really good build.
Your strength is a little low, so I would
yeah.
start investing.
What was his agility?
Agility was 5, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, you have to put 4 points in that to start getting blitz. So that's a little tricky, but worth it though probably.
So I would say don't invest a lot of points in perks immediately. Or Keith, this isn't a round table thing, man. You don't have to abide by this role exactly. I would mess around with your special allocations here a little bit. I would say that you need to bump up strength a little bit and agility a little bit. You can take intelligence down a point or 2. How do you absolutely need endurance for melee?
No.
Yeah, so
you can be Dennis's glass cannon, and have no hit points, but just be able to wail on people.
Yeah, so you need a little bit more strength and agility to get to blitz. Blitz is one of the perks you need to invest in to make your melee stuff really home.
Blitz is so good.
Yeah, it's weird how VATS and melee go so well together.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it does, but I've started playing around with the Power Fist, and it's fun. Oh, speaking of which, guys, the Power Fist or unarmed attacks, you don't always use your weapon to do the attacks. Have you seen like the animations of the kill scenes? I've done like power suplexes where you pick up a person and slam them over your back backwards,
nice.
Break their neck and stuff. It's really crazy. It's very brutal, like wrestling moves where you smash their necks and kill them in a horrible manner like that.
I don't remember suplexes, but I remember like you definitely get some really good like throat cutting action sometimes.
Well, I haven't seen that yet. I'm using the Power Fist, so it's just like
oh yeah, it'd be different. Yeah,
punching feral ghouls with the Power Fist is really fun. It's like you punch their heads off.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Keith, okay, thank you for writing in. Also, Keith, we were talking on the Facebook page. You said you wanted a horse in Skyrim, but for Fallout, a way to get around. Of course, there's the vertibirds for the Brotherhood of Steel, right? Can't you just sort of hop on a vertibird and fly it around?
Yeah, you get vertibird summoning grenades.
Yeah,
once you get to a certain level.
Or this mod isn't exactly what you're looking for, Keith. I know what you mean by you just want to ride the horse, which that sounds awesome if you could just get on and go in Fallout 4. The closest thing I found was a motorcycle mod that you have to find a broken down motorcycle frame and repair it and all that. But it's not exactly like a horse, as in you're not going to hop on this motorcycle and actually ride from Sanctuary to the castle. You will repair this motorcycle and get it all ready, and it's basically a fast travel system. I don't think you'll actually ride from point A to point B, but it'll teleport you there. But at least you have a cool motorcycle, and that's a fun little thing there for a little bit. But I know that's not exactly what you were looking for, but I thought that sounded fun. I don't remember the exact name of that mod, but yeah, you just search motorcycle, and I'm sure it'll pop up there for you. I was looking at some, what's the word? Proc likelihoods.
Yeah.
Likelihoods for based on difficulty level. And I found out that survival mode, you do not get any benefit over very hard mode. It's the same level of everything. I thought that just being in survival mode would get you just like the extra benefit of more XP and more this and more that. And what was I looking at? It was specifically for legendary drops, the likelihood of legendary drops.
Yeah. I've never played on very hard. I went straight from normal to survival, so I never spent any time in very hard to compare.
Yeah, that's the jump I did recently. It was normal to very hard. So yeah, sorry about that. There was also one other thing I saw. Dennis and I were talking online, and I was asking about robot settlements because I just want to create a big settlement with only robots in it. But one hardship I found today was that I was trying to get the robot to be the medic. Like where I could go and get healed and everything, because in survival mode, I'm constantly getting sick. I need more antibiotics. But the sad part is I'm pretty sure, I can't figure it out. I'm not positive, but I don't think the robots can heal you, can be doctors. I haven't quite tested everything out yet, but I think that's the case. So what I'm going to have to do is have my robots over here. I got assigned Red Rocket, luckily, which is a place I've been, a billion times, but it's a fun place to build a settlement. So I'm going to be at Red Rocket and have all my robots there, and I will just go ahead and make a doctor station up at Sanctuary and just make the jog up across the bridge. I'll put it like right at the edge of the bridge or something, you know what I mean? Or maybe on the bridge even. And so it's just like 20 feet away or whatever. So I can get around that way. That sucks, but I don't want any people at this location. But I'll send like robots off as provisioners and stuff and just have robots only at this, because my roundtable character, her name is Susan, and she's just tons of robots all over the settlement, and she has one in particular that she's particularly fond of, who will be her best friend, called Mr. Wigglesworth. And it's really sad that I made Mr. Wigglesworth today, and we're walking around building just a few things around the settlement, and a legendary pack of rust devils and robots attacked, and they killed Mr. Wigglesworth.
No! Oh, how terrible.
Mr. W.
I gotta make a new Mr. W.
Yeah, poor Mr. W.
Oh, poor buddy. He's dead already. I didn't even have this right parts. I don't know if Susan has ever actually said it. I can't recall. Pat, what build, if you think right now in your head of Mr. Wigglesworth, the robot from Vault 97, what build do you think the Mr.
I just picture him in my mind as basically just a Mr. Handy.
Yeah, I thought he was a Mr. Handy too. And she thinks he's like a sort of a Protectron with a Robo Brain head, like a big dopey. She said just like a big, huge hunk of love.
Oh, that's bizarre.
That's like, I did not picture that at all.
Yeah.
I can't recall Susan ever describing or making any sort of distinguishing, like saying what sort of build. Anything, so who knows? That's funny though. But I'm going to use that, and I'm going to make a big dopey robot character to come in.
Nice.
Yeah. So oh god, I thought we were through everything. There was I wanted to talk about Shalene and I. Shalene was about to quit Fallout Shelter. I know we're two of the last people on Earth playing this game still. He was about to quit, but then we saw an update that they're doing like a sort of St. Patrick's Day associated update thing or whatever. So they like put a big update, and they changed the icon and everything for the app. So like the Vault Boy has a little hat and everything. Oh, Michelle still plays. Oh, great, Michelle. I love playing the Fallout Shelter. But they changed it. They put like a little leprechaun on the front. They put the Vault Boy and the little green hat. And so I was like, oh, sweet. That means that just like in Christmas time, they've flooded the vault with Santa suits and elf suits, and Halloween you had ghost costumes and horror movie fan like hockey mask costumes and stuff. You could get all sorts of fun stuff. So I was like, sweet, I'm gonna get this awesome green hat and green coat with tails, and it's gonna have like luck of +7. It's gonna give me 7 luck, and I'm just gonna it's gonna be so great. And we're gonna have all sorts of, maybe there'll be a pot of caps at the end of the rainbow somewhere. But then it turns out that there was no such awesome leprechaun thing. But that's the format they had trained us to do, that like every holiday there was a new set of clothes and associated quests. But when I looked into it, there was no clothes. There was no associated quest. It was just a promo to draw attention back to like purchasing more stuff through the store of the game. I was like, well, that's bullshit. Why would they do that? And they didn't even give you any incentive to go play. There wasn't any associated Leprechaun costume. There wasn't a mission to go on or anything. It was so bullshit. So Shalene was like, that's it. We're done. It was funny. It was some good outrage. It was a total BS ploy. Casey, do you ever play it still?
I haven't played it, but I installed it on my PC today.
Oh, nice.
I figured I would probably play it on my PC more than on my iPad.
Yeah, I have it on I just installed it on my Xbox last week, actually. So if I just have like 10 minutes to play, sometimes instead of a half an hour, I'll just do a Shelter instead of actually living.
So I do intend on trying it, but I haven't been too eager.
No. It's fun to pass time for 10 minutes before you go into the doctor's office, or you know what I mean? Like you have to kill a few minutes here and there. It's good stuff. But anyway, there's been an update to the game just like yesterday or today that they have actually now added a St. Patrick's Day quest. So now I have to go in. Why would they do it 2 or 3 weeks after St. Patrick's Day? What kind of sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense to me.
They probably got a lot of irritated comments and realized, oh shit, we got to build a St. Patrick's Day quest.
Do you honestly think they could throw that together in like 2 weeks or whatever? Like
that shitty little game, of course they can.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. I just didn't think. I was just like, thought it's so weird.
You didn't react when I called it a shitty little game. Oh man, I was expecting you to leap to its defense.
No, I don't care. I know it's a shitty little game. It doesn't mean that it just because it's fun doesn't mean it can't be shitty. Stuff. Yeah. So that's great. Shilling's outrage is backed up, but now we have to play that quest. I haven't played it yet to see if I can get a leprechaun hat or anything, but I'm gonna go try it out, see if I can get a little leprechaun.
Yeah, see, I'm outraged because they didn't add any messenger iMessage icons for that update. That's the only reason I have it on my phone. I don't play it, but I like being able to send vault voice to people on iMessage.
Yeah, Pat doesn't use the game at all, but just the icons for harassing wife and daughter.
That's right.
According to the Steam page, it was released on PC yesterday, and it has 1,500 reviews already.
Yeah, excellent reviews, I assume, because everyone is always really, really kind on the internet.
Oh, sweet summer child.
Although it does say 88% positive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, B+. Oh, right. There was one last thing that I had, Pat, for this evening.
Hey, before you get to that, just a real quick note. Michelle, thanks for hanging out in the chat. He gave us a quick update on his. Okay. He's doing a roundtable play along. He's those of you on the Facebook group may have seen a couple updates from him for his character Shirley, and he says that Shirley is day 45. She's level 27, so she's getting way up there. Has her settlement, her follower. She started romancing Curie and is in good with the Harbormen or Commonwealth faction. So and has most perks. So Michelle is doing really well with getting his roundtable character all ready to head to Nuka World.
What'd you say? 27?
27, yeah.
Yeah, he could go in now. Even I think it's only a mild suggested level 30. I think it's a hard break.
Yeah, you can go in anytime you want to. You just kind of at your own risk.
Automatron is a hard 15 level. It won't. That one you can't spark before 15, right?
I believe that's like the robot signal and the fight and everything. Yeah, like after 15, the fight happens. Even if you ignore the radio, the fight is happening.
Yeah, but they don't it doesn't conclude until you get there. I think, right?
That's right. Yeah. I've had that fight last for days.
They just fight forever.
Yeah, that's right.
The eternal struggle. But don't roving bands of robot groups still show up even if you don't go, or do they only show up after you do that encounter?
I think only after that encounter. I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Good question. I would assume it's only after you've saved Ada and then they spawn. I would assume.
Then I think all hell breaks loose. Yeah.
Yeah, if they wanted to be assholes, they would have it just start up regardless, and I'm glad that they don't. I just couldn't remember.
Nice.
Oh man.
My only complaint about that DLC is I wanted more robots, like roaming around.
Well, since they are assets in the game, Casey, I believe there's a PS4 mod for that. You can spawn specific enemies, right, Pat? Isn't there a mod for spawning extra enemies?
There's endless warfare. Is that what you're thinking about?
I believe so. I don't know if you can control specific enemies.
I think you can because there's you can
robots.
Yeah, you can make it like spawn like robots all over the place. That actually might work on
That's
PS4
cool.
because it doesn't need assets.
Yeah.
I'll try. Oh, speaking of that, though, I do have a mod thing that I love more than anything.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't even know what mod did it, but dark nights. I'm playing my game, and at night it's super dark, and you have to have your Pip-Boy out to see anything, except for like in the distance you can see like the city lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's the best thing ever.
Oh, that's fun.
It really made the game a lot more fun traveling at night with it really dark.
Probably makes it a lot scarier to hear a ghoul coming before you see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you can only see like 2 feet in front of you sometimes.
Wow. Dark Nights. Is that what it was called? You said
No, I have no idea what mod did it. I installed a ton of them, but
nice. Any other ones that have
whatever made it dark at night really helped the game a lot, I think.
any other ones have caught your attention?
I like one that made dog meat a little stronger.
Nice.
So if you have dog meat, he'll actually, I think it added like 20 damage to his bite or something. Like,
Oh, nice.
just enough. So he'll like knock people over more often now. It
That's
just
nice.
helps a little bit. Otherwise, you just have a useless
Yeah,
dog following you
it's not
around.
very helpful.
I bet your companions or man's best friend will work on PS4 as well.
You would think, yeah.
You can have dog meat plus an extra companion, which I always like having larger parties.
Oh yeah, I should look for that one.
Yeah, that's fun. I always like having dog meat and someone else.
And I added a weather mod that makes like radiation storms and like stronger storms happen more often.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I loaded a bunch of those weather mods when mods first came out, and it was fun to watch the drastic differences in all the weather. I don't have them loaded anymore, though.
I skipped over all the mods that were like build unlimited special books or whatever. I don't like that stuff, but anything that makes like the weather stronger or I added like a forest mod, so there's kind of like it has like an autumn feel now.
Oh, nice. Kind of like the more like the trees from the pre-war scene.
Yeah, so it's not like green. It's like there's just a little bit of leaves and stuff everywhere.
Nice.
I loaded one where there was grass and flowers everywhere, and it got too much because the grass was so thick that sometimes if you killed your enemies, you couldn't find them. Where are they? I need that legendary drop. Where the hell did it go?
I lose them already. Good Lord. Did anyone? Michelle says asks if there's a mod out there that makes dog meat stop whining.
Oh, I'm sure there is. There has to be. In Skyrim, there was
Hush Doggy.
Quiet Hush Doggy.
Yeah.
Victor always would ask me to use it, and I would refuse. And people, yes, I will load that. I promise. I promise.
And you wonder why Victor won't listen to your Let's Plays.
I like the dog barks.
Yeah, I don't mind the barks, but the whining makes me feel like it. He always sounds like so upset, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Oh, poor dog meat.
I'm a sucker. I really am.
Yeah, he's gonna trick you into extra treats at night.
Oh yeah, if I had a dog, it'd be a fat dog.
Oh, that's great. I have not seen anything from Automatron yet, Michelle says. Do you know one that makes him stop whining? Oh, mods for dog. Nice, good. The last thing I wanted to touch on before signing off, I was talking to Dennis about settlements, about my robot settlements. I wanted to make, and he suggested, oh, you'd look up Oxhorn, on YouTube. He's the settlement guy. He's the Fallout 4 settlement guy. So if you want any suggestions of that. So I was looking around for robot settlements. I couldn't find anything. But I watched one of his other videos on robots. It just said rogue robot exploit. So I watched that, and there's this cool little exploit where after you do the mechanist layer quest for Automatron, you complete Automatron, and you get those Radiant quest for Rogue Robot, where you just have to go out and kill a small band of robots. Well, there's this weird thing where after you kill those robots, that in the immediate vicinity of the battle will be a couple of settlers. They won't be near any settlement. They don't belong anywhere. They just happen to be there for some random, crazy, strange reason. They're not supposed to be there. There's no reason for them to be there. They're not anywhere near any settlements, but they are there after the battle for rogue robots. Now, you can go up to the settler and talk to them. And the first one you talk to, they say like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for your help. What are we doing here?" Yeah. And you're like, "Oh, there's like, oh, we need a place to live. We're defending this place." And then you say, "Oh, okay, well here, I know a place where you can live." And so you send them off to your location. But it only works for the first one, not the second settler. Sometimes there's 3, I think he said too, but it'll only happen for the first one. So you can send settlers to whatever location you want. Now, usually, Pat, you'll have to remind me how this exactly works, but the settlers that you can get into your settlement is capped by your level of charisma plus
Charisma. 10? I think that's it. I don't know. I think that's it. Charisma plus 10.
He was showing that he had over like 50 people in the settlement, and his charisma was like 14 or something. So it should have left a cap, but he kept doing that rogue robot thing over and over and over again, and there was no cap. So he just kept sending people to that one location. So if you just want a really busy location, the settler exploit, I just thought that was so fun that you could just have as many people as you wanted in one settlement by doing the rogue robot over and over again, and then finding these settlers that'll just be roaming around, maybe not right next to the battle, but like within the area. Like just wander around. If there's buildings, go look in the buildings. They'll be sitting there on the couch or something like that. So I just thought that was a really fun little thing. And let's see, Michelle reminds us that yep, your outfit bonus too.
You can resort at Nordhagen Beach.
Oh yes, the resort. Everyone loves it.
What a dump.
Michelle reminds us you get an outfit bonus too with your charisma, so you can have that many. Your outfit bonus actually affects that level too. Also, he said in that video, what is it? Grape Mentats, I believe.
Plus 5 charisma, yeah.
Like plus 5 charisma, so that also affects it. So you can bump your charisma up a high level to affect how many settlers you can have there. So that's really awesome. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if you people like more settlers, but I think it's fun to have one huge, big, busy settlement. I like.
Yeah, I usually try to get at least one, even if I'm not doing local leader. I do try to have one that's really significant. Make it a farm. Get make it an adhesive farm, a water farm.
Yeah.
Get the razor grain so I can do that shit. So yeah.
We need to find razor grain. I asked you guys in the chat, is that a coastal thing? Like I just haven't come across it very much.
It's not super common, but usually what I wind up doing is I wind up buying 2 or 3
and planting
seeds of it, and then planting those, and then you just, every time you come back, you harvest and plant before you know it, you've got 20 of them, and that's all 10 or 15 or whatever. That's tough.
Yeah. Good. All right, Kara and Casey, do you guys have anything?
No, I think I am all out of topics for tonight.
Yeah, well, let's get leveled up for our. When is that starting, Pat? Do you have
2 weeks? 2 weeks from tonight, I think, the 13th.
The 13th. Yeah, I wrote 14th on the website for some reason, people. It's not the 14th. It's the 13th. I need to go back in and change that. I still haven't done that.
Yeah, all the other dates are right. Yeah.
Okay, but the 13th on the Thursday night, 2 weeks from the night of the recording here.
Yeah, so encourage everybody to go out, roll those characters, go to asapodcasting.com, check the Fallout feed link there, and at the very top of that page, there will be the character generator. And remember, if you load it up, it is a Google Doc, loads a spreadsheet. You need to refresh. You have to hit refresh once because it'll load the same character every time. And then you can hit refresh as many times as you want. Pick the first one you get, pick the one you like, whatever. It's up to everybody, but hit refresh at least once, or you'll get this just sort of the canned character.
I think we had that problem a couple seasons ago. Everyone like 5 of the play along people all had the exact same.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, so check that out. Write us in, drop us a note, give us an email feedback. Let us know what you're doing with your play along character, and have some fun with it. You can go survival mode, you can go easy, you can go whatever you want to do. Mods. We are asking everybody to do Tales from the Commonwealth mod,
yes,
if it's available on your platform. But beyond that, it's all open season. Do whatever you like.
If you have Xbox or PC, please try to do the Tales from the Commonwealth stuff too. I've already run across a couple of different things that I know have to be from Tales, but I saw it and I was like, "Ooh, that looks weird. Run the other direction. Don't interact with that yet." See?
Yeah. That's me. That's exactly the same thing. Yep.
Yeah. Run away.
Yeah.
Except for there's that one guy outside the dugout in Diamond City. I talked to him a little bit. He doesn't really say anything. Yeah,
I've never gotten anything useful out of him.
Maybe he does something if later through the storyline though. I bet you he does. I bet you there's an event that'll cause him to start doing something eventually. Excited to get into it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Roundtable Season 3.
Woo woo.
Yeah. Nuka World and Tales. Thanks everyone for signing on for the play along stuff. We're looking forward to hearing your playback or your play along feedback. Send it into thefalloutfeed@gmail.com. And if you're doing your play along and you're getting ready right now, go ahead and send us in an email with what you're doing to prepare to get your level up to 30. Like, go ahead and get your character started now, guys, because you have to level up. It's a base level 30 to get into, or suggested level 30 to get into Nuka World. So go ahead and start sending your updates of what you're doing to get ready. You know what I mean? Send them in.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all I've got for tonight.
That's all I got. Kara, Casey, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for letting us come in late.
It was like 20 seconds late. Don't sweat it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right on.
All right, guys. Talk to you next week.
See you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, the Skyrim podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
Everyone, real quick, I know that the outro says falloutroundtable@gmail.com. That's fine. That email address is still open or whatever, but really our main email address is thefalloutfeed@gmail.com.